Somebody sent you?
Shut up.
It's already live? Sorry, brother. So we're back live. Sorry about that. We had a technical issue. So what I'm using is an Osmo Action 5 Pro as the camera, which is like a webcam that is capturing feed, not the laptop feed. So that one is able to give me this quality image that you're seeing right now, and I just connected it on my laptop with the Type-C cable. But unfortunately, I forgot to connect power on my laptop. So what happened is that the laptop started draining power from my camera. So that's why I had to immediately end that live stream so that you can be able to see exactly how we can fix that issue. So right now, I had already given you a brief, like what we need to do, but just for the sake of doing it again, I'm just going to start it over again so that you can be able to see, if in case you're joining me right now and you really didn't have that chance to interact with me in the first part. So the reality is that when you look at right now, before we had a challenge with accessing information. And that's when we had those news channels and those kind of institutions coming up and doing their own things. Now we have too much information, and that too much information is actually giving us challenges in terms of managing that information. That's when social media came in. And now we have this too much information that we need to decipher and actually get what is the clear information. How can we enhance our systems? How can we work better, faster? How can we be able to meet more people just on this global village that you're having? So with assistance of AI, which I was just telling you that AI is here to support us and ensure that we deliver lots of stuff without any challenges. So physically, locations, whichever, that shouldn't stop you from reaching your goals. So AI is here to ensure that we work better. We don't work in the old way that we used to work. So the challenges are going to be slightly different. They're not going to be the same as the ones we are facing that our fathers and grandfathers were facing. So AI is here to revolutionize how work is done, efficiency, with the fastest delivery methods. And this is really, really important that you get to join the bandwagon, if I can use that as the best way to do this. So today I'm going to just take you through Casa, the one that I use. So far, I've done a couple of websites with it, and you know me, if you've watched this channel, I've done a series of WordPress videos, how to do websites using WordPress and Elementor, and every single day you need to ensure that you upgrade your skills. That's why we have to share the knowledge that we get here with you, so you can be able to also upscale your skill. So I'm going to use Casa to build a website, and I'm going to take you through the steps from how I begin in Casa without coding any single thing. Of course, I know a bit of coding. I'm not that much into coding, but I know a bit of coding. I know. And just with that background information, I can be able to see exactly what I really want at the end of the web application or website that I'm trying to develop. So Casa is here to help, and it's not only Casa. We have other specialized AI tools that can be able to deliver similar outputs. They use similar technologies to integrate, but some of them are a bit cheap, some of them are a bit costly. Right now, if you look at the AI world, you see that Lovable is among the top AI web developer tool that you can be able to use, and it's among the most invested AI company that you can be able to see out there. So I'm going to use Casa without talking too much, so you can be able to see exactly what is in for us. So this is Casa, and I said we have Windsurf, we have Casa, we have Try, and I have all those. The thing is, you have to subscribe a certain amount so you can be able to get some credits, AI credits that will be able to do certain prompts, and then develop those applications that you want. So the type of approach that I usually look is a solution-based approach, whereby I give you a solution for a certain problem. So we are just going to just think about any idea that you have. The issue is now it's about how can you expand your entrepreneurial skills. Think of an idea or a problem that you want to solve, then go ahead and build a digital solution for it, and then ensure that you've tested everything in that system, and then market it out there so that it can be able to be adopted by many people, or then people will be able to use it, and that's how you'll be able to make money. I'm not trying to be a financial advisor, but I think that is one of the best way that it will work, and that's one of the things that AI is helping us to be able to achieve, that you can build something because you have access to a computer and stable internet, and you have an idea. So that is a business mindset that you should be able to also think of and develop. So when you look at AI, Casa, you just come to casa.com. Just go to Google. Where is Google? And then you say Casa. So when you just type Casa, you will find that it's among the top searched tools. So its SEO is actually very nice. And the tools that you're doing here are original language tools. So you can, it's not like you're copying stuff from somewhere else. Of course, there's these ideas you have to borrow from some websites. But the thing is that you get that and you implement it in your system, and you get something that is original, which is very nice. Casa, I'm already in my dashboard, so, but if let's say I'm outside the dashboard, you can see casa.com. These are the pricing. There is the hobbyist, which you can be able to use this for free, do lots of trials. Of course, you're not going to publish anything, just use it for trials and educational purposes. We have the pro version, which is $20 a month. You can be able to, here you are also a hobby, but with some class kind of things. You will have that background agents, you'll have maximum context windows, you'll have even to export your code and then deploy it in a real-time server or web environment so that people can be able to access it. We have the Pro Plus recommended, which is $60 per month, which is 3 times the features that we've already seen in the previous versions. And then you have the Ultra, which is $200 a month. Of course, if you're already an upscaled AI agency, then you can be able to work on this with this kind of an Ultra solution. These are monthly costs, and if you choose to go with the annual cost, then you'll see that the prices for the Pro one slightly go a little bit cheaper. One other thing is that Casa has its own IDE. So, and the IDE will enable you to, the same way we use Visual Studio. So we that's an IDE that we usually use to develop websites as software developers or web developers. You will be able to use that. But with Casa, it has a simulation of that IDE. Even Windsurf has a similar one. So you can be able to use it to develop your app and do the simulations there, sorry. So you can be able to do everything from that. So when you come here, you can download, and you see Casa is available for these 3 operating systems, Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. So you just choose which operating system you're using, and you'll be able to go download it. And once you've downloaded it, you will see something like oh, sorry, I've been talking without showing you what is actually happening. So this is exactly what I'm doing. So you come to google.com and then you type Casa. When you go to Casa, you'll see that it's among the websites that is there. SEO is working perfectly. So when you are in that Casa, go to pricing section, you will see the 4 categories of pricing, the ones that I've just talked about shortly, briefly. You have the hobby, the pro that is recommended, which is $60 a month, and then you have the Ultra one. So all these have certain privileges that come with, and then there is also the business and enterprise sections, which you can be able to also scroll through, get to see what features they have. the backbot, you can be able to see, I don't know what that is, but it is also there. The good thing with this, when you look at it, is that, so just forget about the pricing. You know you have to learn these things as you use them. Just seeing and then you see the pricing, that's why they have the free option. So you can be able to download it, test it out, see for yourself, and then you can be able to decide whether you can proceed with it or it's a waste of money. Same applies with Windsurf, not Windsurf, windsurf.com. So the way Windsurf is like, you know, you're surfing. Even when you're doing your stuff there, code building that application, it will be showing you like some the code is sailing. You know, you're on that kind of an expedition. So Windsurf has similar features. You can download the IDE, and when you look at the pricing, there's a slight price difference. So here we have, there is 20, the pro one. Here it's $15 per month, and then they have the free for 2 weeks pro trial, and then you can see everything that is here. When I started with this, and I still have it. There are applications that I'm building with Windsurf, and there are others that I'm building with Casa, and there are others that I'm using Try. So I have all those, I think 5 different solutions that I've already subscribed to, which I'm using to build certain solutions. And I think this is an era where you have to jump in. If you've always wanted to do software development and you don't have that opportunity, just spend $20 a month and have an idea. If language is the problem, we have ChatGPT. For example, you're speaking your own native language. Nowadays, these large language models can be able to translate your script from your native language, Somali language. You can translate it on ChatGPT. The idea you have, write it in Somali language, translate it to English, copy that prompt, go to the IDE, paste it there, start chatting with it. It gives you a response, copy it, go to ChatGPT, translate it, bring it back. I know it's going to be time consuming, but that is just how it's going to be. Because the thing is, when you're using these tools, they are there to help you. You know, you can imagine just having a website solution, a web application that has multiple solutions, and you have that idea. You know you are the one who can do it and market it out and sell it to people. Or you've met people who are investors who have a problem and you've discussed it with them and they have this kind of a challenge and you think you can solve that thing. Go ahead and do it. We have these tools here. So I'll jump into Casa shortly so we can be able to see exactly what Casa is. Again, I don't know whether it was okay. I don't know whether you saw that, but I'm just hoping you saw it. If you didn't see it, in the comment section you can be able to do something. So Casa is generally, let me see. I think now you're seeing what I'm doing. So the thing is very simple. When we jump into Casa, we'll be able to see exactly what's happening there. I'm just going to use a simple website. Maybe let's say we want to build, let me just go to ChatGPT. This is the flow. So we need to come up with ideas. So I just go to ChatGPT and I will ask it the list for me web app ideas that I can build using Casa that are solving problems. So we have to look at the solution-oriented approach. So you look at what problem it is, and then how can you be able to come up with this kind of a solution. So we have business and productivity, finance and commerce, We have, and the list goes on, education and learning. These are pretty nice ideas, and I can already see the business aspect in it. So we have community development. I think I'm having this issue. Okay, yeah, you're following me through with it. So we have these lists. Continuing, we have community development, volunteer network, lifestyle and wellness, creator and media, bonus, emerging niche, solution. So let me see. I'll just pick, let's say, smart invoice manager. I'm just going to pick that one because I'm hoping that we will start with this and then build. One day we do this, another day we do another one, and just like that. And then you can be able to see how it actually looks like. So smart invoice manager. So I'll just copy this text, and then I come here, build or generate a prompt for this solution in Casa. The good thing is that with ChatGPT it has the memory, so how you chat with it, it actually follows with you, and you can be able to not have challenges with it. So the prompt is this one. It's still generating that prompt. It will have everything that you need to have. So when I go back to Casa, I usually need to have prepared my environment. So my work environment needs to be ready. So I usually just go to my computer and I go to the document section or whichever the location I want to store that code. Then I'll just say I will rename that smart invoice system, and then this folder is what I'm going to drag into Casa. So you've seen that we've already created that folder there. The Casa is there, the folder is there where the code is going to be stored in, and with that code I can be able to then deploy it elsewhere. So I'm not going to code, I'm just going to chat with this system and it's going to do the coding for me. And if there is any issues, I'm behaving like that person who doesn't know how to code totally, who knows nothing about software development or anything. So we are starting from that level. So everybody can be able to, you need to just understand that everybody can be able to do this. So this is the environment that is prepared for us. And I'll go back to ChatGPT and then just copy that prompt for us so we can be able to just see. ChatGPT, we see the prompt is here. I'm just copying it. It's very long, but essentially I think it's going to work. So I'm copying it and then I'm just going to paste it in Casa. This section, Casa has, you know, the IDE. This is where the files are going to be. The code and the files and folders are going to be stored over here. This is the preview for the code that is going to, so if you select any file that is here, you'll see it over here in the preview. And this is the section where you have to chat with the agent. So I'm just going to paste this prompt here and then I'll just send it out there. So usually it takes some time. It goes through the prompt, it analyzes, it thinks about the best approach for it, it updates anything that you've requested for it, and then it will start coding for you. It can take quite some time. You've seen the breakdown is here already. It's initializing that Next.js and JavaScript, and then set up Express backend server with TypeScript, configure Prisma for schema with all required models, user, client, invoice, and everything, the payment and everything is going to be there. Set up Next Auth.js with that email and password with Google authentication. Create API routes with client CRUD operations, and then it's going to do all these things, and you've seen that it's already started working. There's a folder here on the left side which is a backend folder. You've seen that is, so once it does one stage, it finishes, it goes to the other one, it finishes, it goes to the other, it finishes. Now as it continues with this, I'm going to just jump in, and you see the code and everything is being developed. You are just thinking of the idea and it is building out for you. And if you don't like the UI, I'll show you how to enhance your UI. I'll show you how to do some things about that kind of a design. So this is original. You're not, see, we've just gone to ChatGPT, we've gotten the prompt, and we are now building that system for ourselves. So we wait. It's not miracles. These are things that people do. These are things that people do out here. I'm sorry, I was hiding it for you. Everything is here. So the code, I'm having challenges because the screen is the same, and I have to switch from one window to the other. So it's like I'm the one in the back and doing the switching and everything. So the code is already continuing. You can see everything is just working as fine without any issues. If you have any queries, challenges, maybe you would like to say something, just put it on the comments and then we'll be able to address it. So we wait as we see the code going on. Also, when you come here, just say hi. Say hello. It doesn't cost you to just say hello. Assalamu alaikum. Pass your greetings to people that you're seeing here. Share this live to people who are in the technology industry, people who are building something. So, and this is the first time that you're doing this live stream. I believe that every single day we will spend at least 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 2 hours at most to build something with AI. When you build with me, you will learn how we actually go through these challenges as developers. You just one bit at a time. I cannot go to take you to the technical side to build from scratch on your own the way we've been doing it conventionally. So with AI, I'm going to just, it's easier for me to do it with AI while you're there, because again, I don't understand the level of understanding that you have with AI. So we just have to have a level that you're starting from. So, and I believe AI is there to equalize everything. So this is the time that you have to join in and build with us and see how the code is actually working. It's really easy. It's really easy. So following through, you will be able to see that everything is just happening without an issue. I don't know whether we are following. Let me just reload my screen so I can see whether you're seeing what I'm actually doing. Otherwise, I might be speaking alone. Speaking to myself, thinking you're seeing what is happening. Yeah, so I think we're following. Have no issues there. And the code is just, you see everything is still building. I'll just take you back to scroll a bit so you can see where we are. We are still in the first, initializing the Next.js 14 project. So JS version 14 project with, so with TypeScript and Tailwind. Tailwind is the CSS and then the other thing. So we have, the system is being built with JavaScript, and you can see everything is working without any issue. The good thing is that in one way or the other, if you miss out this, like if you miss out to do something with AI, we have AI for video content creation, which I'm going to talk about it in other episodes. Today, we're talking about building something with AI, building a website, building a business online, an online business with AI, building an online solution with AI. So those are the things that we really want to look at today and focus on in the future videos as we will be working on them as we proceed. So we have Casa, which is the tool that we're using today. Of course, you've seen everything is here, and the code has already been done so far. So I'm just going to ask for an update, and this please update me on the progress. So I'm just chatting with it because I'm acting like I really don't know what is happening. So I just I have to be on that level, like I'm learning something. So you put yourself in that kind of a level, and then it will be able to understand with you. Or you put yourself in the level of an expert, whereby you have to go through each code and see that it's actually working the way you want it. If you see that there is an issue, then you can be able to fix it and also ask it why it actually did that, because there is maybe some issues in terms of logic, so you have to also be able to follow through. When you look on the left side here, on our folder, you see Smart Invoice Manager, which is the tool that you're trying to build. It's going to be a web application, of course. And then we have Prisma. We have the code there for Prisma schema. Then you have the SRC library, middleware, routes, services, utils, and then we have the server.ts. We have packages.json. We have all this, which is here, and then the readme.md. So everything is going to be there, which you can be able to follow through without any issue. The good thing with this tool is that you're able to build stuff, as you see. You know, the challenges we usually have encountered before is building something without an assistant, especially doing like alone. Building something alone without any help, you encounter certain technical blocks, and you cannot find solutions because you are alone. But just imagine building an application like this with a helper tool like this. You cannot be able to waste any time doing this kind of a job, because AI, I mean, these are professors. I mean, these are PhD holders in that system. I'm just imagining if you were to look at a PhD holder as an individual, but now you have multiple of them that you can be able to access by just paying a small subscription fee, and you get to do a lot of things. So we are still building. We just asked for an update, what the progress is, and now you see the update says integrating email notifications into the payment flow and starting with the front end setup. So all these are there. You'll be able to see everything that is happening behind here. You can be able to analyze if you already understand what's happening. So far, with our update, we've already initialized. We've gotten that Express backend. We've configured Prisma. We are setting up Next.js with email and password with Google Authentication. We've already created the API routes. We've created all this. Everything is here. So you see, once it's done, it gives that whatever, how you call that thing. It lines it up. For lack of a better word to express that, but that is just how it is. And then we have the next one that we are working on right now is creating invoice management pages. So you will be able to create, edit, view, and list. So that is what we are working on right now. We have done that. So let me just ask it. Are we done? Are we done yet, or is there anything left? So then it will just go through the entire code, the entire system, and then give me a report. So as we do that, let me just remind you, we do this using Casa, using Windsurf, using Try, using many, and still we have different other IDEs and AI developer tools that are coming out every single day. So just anything, just think about your day-to-day activity. Everything you're doing today, trust me, there is an AI tool that can 10 times that speed that you're delivering. If you're doing that thing and you're delivering it within months, there's an AI tool that can be able to minimize that delivery time within to be very fast. For example, for video creators, we have, a tool like Opus Clip. Opus Clip is an AI driven tool whereby you just put your video there. You've already recorded your video with a language that is already known by the AI tool. Let's say English. So maybe the video is 45 minutes and you want YouTube shorts, you want Instagram reels from that particular chunked video. It will go through that video for 45 minutes and then chunk it, and cut it up into small pieces, like the punchlines, the place where it thinks you spoke the most important issues. It cuts it into small pieces like 1 minute, 50 seconds, 59, and then it just creates even captions. You can link your social media accounts there, and then it will upload that video directly. I use it, and it's been very helpful. It acts. It also does the transcription. So whatever you said will be transcribed and placed there for people to see. If they are not able to hear what you're saying, they are able to actually read and understand what you're saying. So AI tools are there, and if you're not already in the bandwagon, you're losing out. You're missing out a lot. So you need to join very fast, and the earlier the better. So we are still here with our AI tool, and let me just go back to as it continues building. I'll just continue reading what's happening over here. So our smart invoice manager will be able to automate invoices, receipts, and client payments with PesaPal or M-Pesa integration. You can change to whichever. If you wanted the payment to be done with Hormud, EZAD, with Vodafone, Vodacom, whichever outlet payment that you want it to do is going to be also done over here. And so that's what we're building, and you've seen so far. Okay, so we've done that. Now I want to just ask it to show me a preview of this system in a browser. So it will be able to develop that IP address, then we can be able to preview it. So show me the system preview in the browser. I know this isn't the best way to talk to it, but it understands. So sometimes it hallucinates, by the way. You might type something and then it starts thinking of its own thing. So you need to also understand the output. If you've never done that if you've not understood the problem, then you might not be able to fully develop a system that will fix the challenges that you're trying to fix out there. So you need to understand what is missing, what have you fixed, what can you add. So when you have those loopholes to fix, you'll be able to do that. So everything, the thing is that everything that you need to do, like in the terminal end where you have to do and give permissions into your system, you will be able to see it always popping up, a command that you have to command it to instruct it to run. So that command will come out, and then you'll be able, so you need to always be with your system and then see what's happening, see what request is giving you, and then you can be able to work on it. So you've seen this one is another one for run. You have to run because we have to create that running commands for the npm install. Sorry, I'm having a colleague here who is standing by my side to see what's happening. So we have to continue seeing what's the output going to look like. Other systems like try.ai, which are also out there. Try does a similar thing. The good thing with Try is that it's the cheapest so far that I've encountered. Try, as we continue waiting for that, I'll just take you through to my browser so you can be able to see. Try is another system that is there, which also does similar things. It helps you develop the system. Try, the pricing is, you have two pricing options, whereby one is $0 free, and the other one is $3 per month with this is a first monthly discount, and then onwards you're going to pay $10 every month. So you can imagine The other one was $15, and this other one was $20 as the starting point. So you can be able to see. Try has try or try, whatever, try. And if you go to start paying it annually, then there is even a much better discount, which is this. You save 25%. So it does similar things. You just have to come here and download. It's also running on Mac, Windows, and Linux. So you'll be able to build from there. The products are these. Right now using Try IDE, and it has similar approaches. Here you see Windsurf. The products are, I'm using the editor, the IDE, that you can be able to use. And then Casa has, you're already seeing Casa is the system that we are using to build right now. So we still haven't moved far from, we are still stuck there where we were, and we're hoping to move faster. Sometimes, depending on the complexity of the problem, it takes time to really move from one step to the other, and you just need to have patience. And you can imagine if you were to do this without these tools, maybe it will take you an even longer period of time for you to do this. But now, with the systems like this, you are able to do your job within a few weeks, a few days. There is a system that I built, and it took me 2 days, and the person who had procured that system was surprised, because we were discussing just within today, let's say today in the evening, we were just discussing it, and then the idea is there, and then I just came to Casa and built that system. Within 2 days, I went back to that person and I showed the system, and he was surprised. Like, how did you build this? Did you download a website somewhere? Are we paying for that? So I said, no, you're only paying me to do this. So, I mean, it's something that you can really do and not regret. I just love this job. I just love it, the way systems are being done right now, you'll be able to learn a lot, and really it's a lot. So we just have to wait. I'm lacking words to say and keep you waiting here, but let's just go through what's here, the readme section. So this readme.md, this is everything about the application. So Smart Invoice Manager, a modern SaaS software as a system, as a solution application for automating invoices, receipts, and client payments with PesaPal and M-Pesa API integration. Features: create, send, and download invoices in PDF format, auto-generate receipts upon payment, accepts online payments, PayPal and M-Pesa API, manages clients and transactions history, builds SMSs, notifications for invoices, dashboard with analytics and reports. The tech stack is the technical part that is running the system. So you need to understand we have the Next.js 14 version, which is an app router, and then you have Tailwind and TypeScript as the framework and CSS. We have Node.js, and then we have Express, Prisma, ORM. These are the ones that are running the database, PostgreSQL, and then you have Next Auth as JavaScript, the authentication. You have the payment, PesaPal API and M-Pesa, Daraja API. We have the PDF generator, PDF kit, and then we have the notification system, which is Node Mailer. Getting started, so we have the prerequisite, Node.js, 18, PostgreSQL database, and then PesaPal API credentials, M-Pesa Daraja API credentials, installation. This is just how it's going to be installed. Clone the repository, install dependencies, and then the bash npm install. So this is how you just have to install the system. Once it's done, you want to deploy it out. Okay, So set up the environment variable with these commands, and then this just giving you the guide. Run database migration with this command, start development server with this command, and then the front end and back end are going to be this. So let's see how the front end looks or not look. Let me see whether it's actually working or not working. Right now the front end is not working, so we just need to wait until it's done with building that part. Let's wait until it's done. But that is the front end will be on this this port 3000. Project structure, we have that, so I need to run this again, installing backend and front end dependencies. So it's already done that, but now it's installing it. So without you doing this, you will just have a code without a build that is actually functional. Other developers do this. Once they have that framework, then they can be able to copy that, transfer it into their development environments, and then continue from there. But for us, we want to just do it and then see how it's going to work. Remember, if you're joining us right now, this is not a real thing. It's an educational session. So we are learning something new, how to build a web application using AI. And this is just for educational purposes only. And just think about it as an avenue for you to upscale your skills and that interest that you have in you to do technological solutions and come up with those kind of things. So that's what we're doing here. And I'm just showing you, I've already taken you through Casa. I've shown you comparisons with other IDE providers, AI IDE providers. I've also given, and by the way, you don't need to download this. You can actually use your VS Code and you can get the plugin for this particular AI solution, and then you install there. But the thing is that they came up with this system because they didn't want to have conflicting kind of commands when you're doing that. So when you're having this environment, it's much easier, much better for you to actually do your system. So I'm just going to take you through our system. I think let me just it actually opened, so I'm gonna take you there right now. Sorry about what you're looking at right now. I'm going to take you there right now. This is the code that it opened, which is a preview code. So it looks like this. Smart Invoice Manager UI preview. The login page looks like this, and this is the dashboard that looks like this. This is the invoice section, looks like this, and this is the how you can create your invoices. This is how the invoice page looks like. Until now, I'm still not happy with it because it just pulled a file, but I don't want it to pull a file. I want it to open that port 3000, and then you can be able to proceed from there. So I'll just go back to our IDE, and then I request it to it's still actually doing that. It opened it so we can see the preview, but it's still actually compiling everything and building everything together so we can be able to move on to the next stage. Yeah, so we are seeing, being the first live that I'm doing here on this channel, I'm actually happy that you managed to, if you're watching this video, I really wish to thank you for the time that you're having to just sit with me and watch this video and learn something new. I know sometimes it might not be that interesting to you, but if you have the interest to do these kind of things, I'm really happy that you're sharing that common interest and that you have that time to sit and just watch what I'm doing. Sincerely speaking, many people should by now. If you're not doing this, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't know. So this is just the thing that we saw was a preview UI, but I don't want to preview the UI. I want to preview the system. So everything like the MVP, I want to see how it actually works. That's what we need to see. I want the port 3000 open for the preview of the system. So you just, what you want, that's what you ask. Yeah. So if it gives you something else, I told you sometimes it keeps hallucinating. It can give you anything that comes in its memory, and you have to be the one to direct it, that I want this, I don't want this, I want this, so you have to give me this. Yeah, otherwise you're going to waste a lot of time, because sometimes it actually wastes your time. That's the reality. Sometimes you can sit for 3 hours just trying to fix one thing, and the reason that you might spend that time is because you did not maybe read through the chart that is giving you. So that is the reality. Okay, now it has managed to finally open the port, and I'm just going to switch so you can be able to see what's happening there. So I'm just going to go to that port 3000, and you can see already we have a port that is working now, because I don't know the credentials, so I have to come and ask the credentials. So the port, you see, it's having a very nice modern UI. When I see such kind of a thing, already I'm excited, because there is a step that we have already reached. We have just used AI to build this login system. You can see down here, you can use Google to do that, to sign up or log in, but because we are still on the local, we've not yet configured that Google authentication section. You can sign up as well. So let me try and see if I sign up what will happen. Testing. Also, I don't like this fact that when I'm typing, I cannot read anything. So I need to also check at test.com, and then I will just put test 1 2 3, and then I want to see. So there is an error here, we cannot create any account, and also the UI. So these are some of the fixes that then we have to see. When you have this kind of a system, you need to know exactly the challenges that you're facing. So I'm going to go back to Casa and just ask it to fix those errors. And the first error is that I'm asking. First, I need to get the credentials. So can I get the login credentials to access the backend, or the dashboard, sorry, the dashboard. So you need that access to be given to you. You don't have the username, you don't have the password, and when you try to create, you're not able to do that, so you have to just do this. Of course, there is another way, by using code to go to the folder that is here, and then you can be able to create those credentials. You can add those credentials there, but we want to just go with the system the way it is. It's building this. We have to chat with it and see actually what's going to transpire as we move on. So we need to get the password. You're seeing down here we have that. It's already done, the password here. So it's demo@example.com. So I'm just going to copy this. Sorry. So you see everything has been done, and we have this as the credentials. So have demo at example.com. So I will go to our system and ask, and then this, I'm just going to put it here. So this is the system. Of course, that part of seeing what you are typing, we will be able to fix that as well. So let me see, login successful. So you see we've already logged in, and I don't like the UI the way it is so far. Things are not visible, so we just need to go back to the code here. So we give it the feedback. Login was successful. Of course it knows the login was successful, but we just need to give it that feedback. So it, it's a human, it's respect. It's not a human, but it is human nature for us to appreciate the progress that we are doing. So login was successful. Now I need the UI fixed, some fixed, some elements are not visible. That's all. The words, the dashboard. So you can just go ahead and explain exactly what you mean that things are not visible. So you can say the dashboard items are invisible. The non-dashboard area, non-dashboard area is black and not appealing at all. Fix it. Can you fix it? Also try to be polite. You can imagine talking to a creator in a very rude way. Do you think they're going to do anything for you? They'll just give you whatever. Of course, these systems are programmed to give solutions. But if you don't know what it's doing, then you end up wasting too much time. So we've seen that it's already doing something. And you can see I've already gone to cursor. I've given that command. Now the command, it's rebuilt.